Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing changes to the procedure for extending your visa status here in Thailand. Are there changes to that procedure on the horizon? I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Thailand's New Visa Rules from June 1 Break Fresh Ground. Quoting directly, the new 60-day visa policy has several consequences. And so what are we talking about here? As discussed in a prior video, they have expanded the amount of not only countries and nationalities that can gain visa exemption status by traveling to Thailand. For those who are unaware, that means you don't have a visa, you don't apply for a visa before you come. If you're one of these 93 nationalities, if you're a holder of a passport, you can travel to Thailand on that passport, be admitted to 60 days lawful status upon entry as opposed to 30 in the past. So they've expanded the number of nationalities that can avail themselves, and they've also expanded the amount of time that they will be permitted lawful status, notwithstanding lack of a visa, here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Quoting further, it will no longer be necessary for anyone from the 93 countries to seek a month's extension after the first 30 days from local immigration offices, which will thus lose the 1,900 baht, around $50 fee currently imposed. The absence of these nationals from immigration offices will certainly reduce the queues, although there is still the requirement to report their Thai address within a day or two of arrival, either in person or via their hotel registration. Yeah, the TM30 reporting, address reporting here in Thailand is still a thing. That said, by expanding this, I think it'll take a great deal of pressure, a great deal of workload, if you will, off of the immigration officers who had to adjudicate these 30-day extensions, which were pretty frequent. There was a high volume of those. What does that mean? Well, as an upshot, I think we're definitely going to see more folks in the inspectorate in Thailand with regard to immigration. I also think it's highly probable that we will see a situation where extensions may become a lot more efficient, if you will. Now, that said, while they're lightening up the workload on tourist visa or visa exemption stamp extension, by lightening that up, does that mean they're going to have the more resources to do further inspections of non-immigrant visa extensions? And that's what I think the ultimate upshot of this is likely to be, is okay, we're dealing with less volume of 30-day extensions, but that means that they can redirect that manpower over to further, maybe deeper adjudication, deeper scrutiny, if you will, of non-immigrant visa applications here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Now, that said, and something to bear in mind is, again, and I've talked about this in prior videos, those who have a history, like for example, our clients who've been with us for years, we've been helping them with their visas and maintaining their status, you don't have a lot to worry about here, okay? Immigration is looking at this much the same way that other law enforcement agencies look at these things, which is a cost-benefit analysis. Basically, they say, is this somebody who we think is in violation of the rules? If not, and it can be shown, we have a record of this person, they've lived here for a year or more, or even 6 months. They've gotten themselves into the system, and they've been maintaining their lawful status legally, paying their taxes, dealing with all of their inherent issues associated with maintaining their status. That is not going to be somebody who's going to be high priority from these enforcement personnel in terms of an inspection. That's not going to be something you're going to want to look into. Meanwhile, we're seeing a huge influx of people coming into Thailand for the first time and trying to get into non-immigrant visa status. I think it's fairly safe to presume you're going to see a lot of those folks be placed under a great deal more scrutiny as a result of the redirection of this manpower from the 30-day queues, if you will, to quote, to paraphrase that article. You're going to see that manpower redirected over to looking at folks who are trying to get into non-immigrant long-term status for the first time.